What's up guys, welcome in. Today's tutorial is an easy warm-up that you should be doing every single time that you go out to golf. Let's get started.
Our first one is what I call the hip wag. You're just looking to internally rotate and externally rotate out of one leg, right? You'll feel it in your hip capsule, and we're just getting started. Once you've done a couple of reps and you're ready to move on, lift that back leg and then start driving your hips through the same internal and external rotation, but hitting the full range of motion. At the very bottom, your glute should feel lengthened and taut, whereas at the top, it should feel contracted and also taut. Once you've been able to shift your weight from inside to outside of your foot through your glute, you're going to be able to command your swing and your positioning way better. This is one of my favorites for thoracic rotation. All you're going to do is turn as far as you can, find your sticking point, and then tilt your elbows, right? I tell my clients it's as if you're tipping your down elbow into a bucket of water, but you're going to notice that your sticking spot becomes further and further and further into that rotation every rep. Do 2 or 3 sets of this and notice how much easier it is to get into your positions than it was before. I have people doing this daily and as a warm-up before golf. This is an added bonus just if your hips are tight. You've seen this kneeling hip flexor stretch before, but if you take a golf club, throw it up overhead, and lean into it, that hip flexor stretch will reach all the way up and all the way down. So your armpit to your knee will feel this bad boy. But now it's time to move. And when we do this, I don't want you to think directly about your golf swing. Some of this is a little bit of a boxing turn right here, back and forth like I'm throwing a couple hooks, and then I anchor back in and I feel the elasticity build up in my abs, and then I go ahead and lift my hips or my heels again, or I'll start driving with my hips. This is to warm up your brain and your body and the neural pathway that we have talking about what's going on. So give yourself a lot of variation. With this one, I'm looking to create an anchor right under my ribs with my core and my hips, and as I snap up, I get a nice lat stretch right through there, and then it has an elastic recoil that snaps me right back. Now that you're on the range and warming up, you're going to take your club, make a nice clean swing, but let your hands travel up behind your head and keep the rhythm of that golf club coming behind you. So what we're going to be playing with here is keeping our weight going back and forth with all this variance, keeping our hands coming smooth through roughly the same impact line. This is a really good way to warm up the brain-body connection that you need for golf. Finally, before I finally make my strikes on a ball, I take a couple single arm swings, and that is enough to make sure that my body is doing what it needs to do.